show's over. After I'm done coughing. Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Garlet's High Performance Garage channel. I just got done packing some chicken. Bought a whole bunch of chicken at the grocery store. They had a special on chicken. I bought like 80 pounds of chicken. It was all boneless stuff for like $98. Of course, you know, back then back when I first got out on my own, when I was 21, I could have ate for a month. Me and my girlfriend could have ate for a month on $98. That's pretty sad, isn't it? 20 short years ago. Well, 20 couple. 23. So, oh yeah. So I figured I'd just take a break and make a useless video and nobody really gives a fuck about. So I figured I would just do that for the hell of it, just to kind of sit down and take a break, because the chicken breasts I had, they were like taken right off the chicken body, and I don't know how they do that shit. I never watched it, but the breasts were connected. It was like two, and I had to cut them. I had to split them in half to get them in the bags. So pretty good deal though for today. For today's standards, pretty good deal. I don't know why I'm talking about chicken, but anyway, we're going to be purchasing transmission for this Chevelle soon. Like I said in the last video, if the guy still has it. Getting closer. Getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, fuck. I did unfortunately have to work today, and it sucked as usual, just like it does through the week. So, getting kind of crazy there. It's getting kind of crazy. It's getting weird. Downright fucking weird. Things are changing because of the egos of certain folks. So, and the reason I started the truck mainly was because this garage, it's not really a garage. It is an old house foundation is what it is. My dad had this built back in 1971, and it was supposed to be where his home was going to be, because he was going to order like this, I think it was like a home kit. It was a rancher, and this was the basement for it. I forget how many square feet this is. It's not real big, but something happened with the floor here. The contractor he had do it was cutting corners and trying to skim a little off the top, a little bit more off the top, I should say, and fucked him over. So he wanted to go kill him. Of course, this is way before my days, like 7 years before I was born. So he went to the bank, tried to get more money to fix the problems, try to get another contractor in here to bust the floor up and fix everything that other guy fucked up. And they wouldn't give you the money. That was back then when a loan officer actually came to the site where you were trying to build a home, and they checked it out for themselves. I remember he said he had this great big cigar in his mouth, and he says, "We're not giving you no more money. Damn you, Spider-Man." We're not giving you any more money to finish this. So him and his dad put a flat roof on the place at the time, and he put a garage door on it and said, "Fuck it, we'll turn it into a garage." And he parked the GTO in here over the winter every year. And he didn't buy that car till 1972. So the next year he bought that, and he was getting ready to strap the old winter treads on her. And he said, you know what? I bet you I can get a cheap-ass car to run through the winter and not run this car. So that's what he did. I think he got an old 64 Ford or something like that back then. I don't remember. I wasn't around, so. He got an old car, put, rough fucking tread on the back of it, put some weight in the trunk. Got around just fine, just like I do today. I do the same goddamn thing. But anyhow, to get to the point, the reason I started the truck was because it stinks in here. Because my dad's home place is like a little over 100 feet away from here. And my water in my shitty little trailer over here is pumped up from my dad's house. And I use his septic system. Because that's how it was set up here years ago. And that's how it was set up. Because when this fell through, my dad bought a trailer off of someone local. And that's the first place I remember living in. It was right here, just right where mine is. But it was what they call a Holly Park trailer. It was blue and white. And he actually poured concrete slabs down for the cribbing blocks to level the place up. And then there was the pipes that he had run here for septic and all that. He just dug them up in the ground out there and then just used that septic. And I'm still using it today. I'm still using it now. I'm still using the water hookup, all that shit. I have lots of problems with that stuff. We've put several pumps in because the pump wasn't made to pump that water uphill. And it's uphill. About 100 feet it pumps it to my place. So maybe a little further. But, yeah. But anyhow, the pipes in here, I have some pipes back here. They run down to the septic. They run down to the house, the home place down there. They go in the foundation wall, and there's this big old pipe that comes in, and it looks like a goddamn bucket. Looks like a cast iron bucket down there sitting. And my shit goes down there, rolls down through that bucket, and there's a pipe under the floor of the foundation in that house. And it goes through and carries it to the septic. And then we changed the septic because my grandfather built a septic tank out of concrete blocks back when they made real concrete blocks, not these shitty ones they make today that you bust apart with a hammer. These sons of bitches here, they were heavy duty concrete, actual concrete, poured blocks. That's how they are. They're not this pressed stuff like that's behind me. This stuff here is pressed. It is not the concrete blocks of eons ago. So, that, we changed it, we redid it, we put a plastic septic tank in with bigger capacity, and ever since then, when it gets cold out here, the stink from our shit, because there's no traps in them pipes, comes up in here. Just the smell, it doesn't roll shit up in my garage, just the smell, the fucking smell, it stinks so bad, God, it stinks. That's why I started the truck, because I could hardly stand to sit in here, it stinks. It smells like rotten cabbage is what it smells like. And, I've looked in septic tanks before. I've looked in our own, and it doesn't gross me out or nothing. But you got to keep your bacteria up and all that stuff. So that's actually a healthy smell for that. That's the way they're supposed to smell. They're supposed to stink like that. And that's pretty much why I like to start these cars and trucks inside and keep the doors shut. So I can stand to be over here. Because that shit gets to you later on. It's like, you gotta get about half sick from it. From breathing it, smelling it, and all that bullshit. So, that's why I do that. But, I'd like to show you signs. You probably guessed the new signs in the last video, if you watched it. The Super Chevrolet service sign I've had. I bought that locally here. But this one, the officer... or it's called, officer, the sign instructed me to do burnout. So that's where it is. And I got the kinky calendar for Christmas. These signs I got locally here. Just not too far away. Now those right there, the Valvoline, the warning, watch for flying tools, the Texaco, And the Chevrolet one, that's Hobby Lobby stuff right there. But these ones over here are local, here close to me. We don't have a Hobby Lobby around here. Wish we did. I'd be broke all the time. I have another Super Chevy service sign over there, and I got this Nova, this cool Nova one. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I'm not a big Nova guy. I wanted one time, but was never able to get one. And I got like a what you call it? Whoever made Rat Fink, I forget his name. It's kind of a rendering like that. Got that, and that's about it. I mean, I don't go crazy on Christmas time. I do for the kids, but this chair here I'm gonna burn. I'm gonna burn it later. I actually have an office chair I'm gonna put in here. Ooh, put an office chair in here. And then I got these other ones over the years. Some of these are local. The beer sign I had since I was a kid. And those tags, those historical Maryland tags, are the first set of tags I put on my Chevelle when I bought it. And that tin is one that I just hung up. It says no smoking on the other side of it. And then I got this one over here. Local too. My dad has this one. He's got that one. Plus he's got this humongous fucking Chevy sign bolted to the wall, which is pretty goddamn cool. So, my little skull buddy here, he's going to be coming down off the mirror. I have a bigger one coming, and it looks like pop rivets are in it, but it's like that resin. It's real hard resin. It's light, but it's real hard. It's real detailed and all that shit. I'm gonna get that. It's got rivets. I'm gonna hang it in the truck here on the mirror. Maybe not on the mirror, but kind of, I don't know. I'll do something. And then for the Chevelle here, I was thinking about putting one back here in between the speakers. Like right here, just above the cool sign. And like wiring up the taillights in the eyes. So when it work when you turn the brake lights on or the turn signals or anything like that. So that would be awesome. And I got a couple YouTube stickers. They were a son of a bitch to put on. I actually had to take the letters off. They're kind of crooked, but I don't care. I got a couple more of those, but not a big deal. So this is your weekend dose of video about absolutely fuck nothing. It's kind of cold out for me to work on anything, and I'm probably going to end up keeping old grandma out there. I got a set of knockoff Kraggers that I painted because they're rusty. I'm going to put on it. There's somebody took my brake caliper. Somebody took it. My brake. Oh, there. No, that's right here. Never mind. It's over here. It doesn't matter. It's wore out anyway. I don't know why that's gone. I don't know what the hell happened to it. But that's not important. But anywho, and I got a street strip valve body for the transmission in old grandma out there. And I'm going to put that in. And when I'm done squaring the Chevelle away here and I'm going to overhaul this engine. I know I've been saying this for video after video after video, but I'll hopefully be able to afford to overhaul this thing, put the heads on it, re-ring it. I'm going to use the same camshaft that's in it. It's nice. It's got a nice lumpy idle. Produces a lot of low end torque. It's pretty damn nice. So we're going to overhaul that bitch. Put it in here. When I pull this engine out, I'm pulling the transmission out too. And we're going to put a shift kit in it and a new pan and seals and dipstick shit. I think I don't know. The dipstick, I might just keep that one, but I'm going to have to put another pan on it because these GM steel transmission pans suck ass. They're so awful. They are just so terrible. They fucking leak like crazy. And you take them off, clean them up, put another gasket on, put them in there. They ain't worth a fuck. Fucking junk. But anywho, everybody, have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Try to be nice to each other. Don't be nosy. And we'll see you next video. And I keep promising you for a Cold Start Chevelle video. And I don't know. I'm kind of lazy. I'll get one. I'll get one to you. Maybe before the weekend's out. I'll get one. Maybe. We'll think about it. But it's 2023 now. Another suck-ass year it looks like coming. Because it hasn't been very good to me here yet so far. Hasn't been real good. Hasn't been, like a lot of other years. It's like I was telling my mother a couple months back. I told her, I said, I believe all the good days are behind us. I said, I think the worst ones are yet to come. I don't think she liked hearing that, but that's what I believe. 'Cause I'm sorry, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Those were some good times. That was a good time to be alive. My dad always said the 1950s and 60s and 70s were a really good time to be alive. Which he's probably right. The muscle car era, good time to be alive, cheap gas, everything was cheap. You could actually go out, your spouse could go out and have a minimum wage job and actually be able to support herself if she was out on her own back then, back in those days. I mean, I know I sound like an old fuck talking about the old the old days, but I can't help it. Everything is just so terrible today. All our car manufacturers are making garbage cars. They're switching over to electric cars, which is not a good thing. There's a lot of shit that's going on that's ruining our economy. We don't make anything in this country anymore, and that's hurting us. Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to sit on their ass and do nothing and get paid by the government. And the government wants you to depend on them like crazy. And both fucking parties in control down there are just completely fucking loony. They all need overthrown and kicked the fuck out of there, and we need to just start over. This is just awful. We're at the mercy of, the Chinese, the Chinese communism. We're slowly being ruled by them because they make everything we got. Everything we buy in the stores is made and manufactured there because our politicians let corporations of our country move their operations overseas to them places so they could save money. Now, come on. And they call it inflation. Inflation, it's not inflation. That is gouging. And it is costs that they can absorb. Like oil companies. They raise the price of gas like this. And they do it because they can, for one, and our government doesn't do anything about it because they're getting kickbacks from it. They get kickbacks from oil companies. Although they we're going to do away with the internal combustion engine. And we can't do that. Because if we do that, we're going to screw ourselves. That's why I'm hanging tight to my old cars and trucks and all that stuff. I'm not one for computerized vehicles because I just think there's too much technology there. There's the thing is, putting smart technology in a vehicle, and then there's dumb technology. which, taking these pickup trucks, for example, they're making today. What was that? Oh, well, I got a text while I was doing this video. Anyway, I was distracting me from what I was talking about. But, like these pickups they make today, they have, heated steering wheels, heated cooled cup holders, cooled steering wheels, heated and cooled seats, great big fucking couches in them bastards, recliner chairs in them. And they're just insane with luxury. And it's like, it's not a pickup anymore. It's a high-sitting fucking car with 4 doors on it and a bed. It's like a souped-up, retarded-looking El Camino. And it's just insane. And I was watching some fail videos the other day. It's like this fail army I watch on YouTube all the time. They had one of the whole year for 22. And compared to the other years, it's getting worse out there. And there's all these car accidents. All these cars, they're smashing. They're running through red lights and smashing into each other. And it's like, why is this happening? This started happening whenever we all got these touchscreen cell phones. It started with that. People were texting, going down the road, playing games while they're driving down the fucking road, looking at pictures, trying to watch videos while they're driving down the road. Fucking crazy shit. Now, you don't even have to carry your phone in your car. There's a fucking great big touchscreen in the middle of the goddamn dash. And your instrument cluster is now a touchscreen. So you can decide what you want to watch going down the fucking road. And people get distracted and they hit each other and people get hurt. And, son of a bitch, these people they're fucking... They're dying from crazy technology in cars. And it's insane. And then they want to put the screws to the oil industry, which, the oil industry can absorb a lot of cost. But they just don't do it because they're fat cat executives and CEOs of these companies. They want to keep themselves fat. And, they have an endless supply of money coming to them. And... It's crazy. It's insanity. And then they want to put an electric car out there, and they're trying to say, I've watched a lot of other videos, they're trying to say that, these electric car fires, there's no more electric car fires than what there is gasoline car fires. That's wrong. That is very wrong. I mean, if that is the truth, if that is the absolute positive truth, and you prove it to me, that's fine. I'll agree then. If you can prove it to me, I'll agree, and I will. Okay, I'll say, all right. But one thing you're not going to tell me is that an electrical car fire can be put out, because it can't. It can be contained, but it takes a shitload of fucking water to do so. But a gasoline fire, I got a fire extinguisher here to put a gasoline fire out, and a wood fire, and a paper fire, and a goddamn chemical fucking fire, grease fire, any fire you want, I got it. I got a fire extinguisher, ABC, fire extinguisher, put it all out. Old batteries, yes, I can put an old car battery out. These new lithium batteries, no, you cannot. They're extremely unstable, very volatile stuff. And when you get one of them that touches the other one in the pack, it goes up, and everything inside is just, when it all mixes, it's a chemical composition, and it mixes together, then it just burns. It burns worse than magnesium hitting water, and it's way hotter. You're talking, the surface of the fucking sun hot. Nuclear bomb hot when these things go up. You're talking thousands of degrees. And, quite frankly, I'm kind of tired of fucking talking about it because nobody gives a fuck. And you got these little kids in third world countries digging for lithium, getting whipped and beat every fucking day. And nobody gives a rat's ass about that. Nobody cares. Oh, fuck you. I don't care about that. I just need my electric car. You don't. You don't need that. We don't need to do that. That is not a good idea. Now, the hybrid car, yes, that's a very good idea. That way we can use the gasoline engine. Then when you run out of gas, you can use that battery-powered one to get somewhere to get gas again. You know, and those cars are known to go 100 miles to the gallon. You know, what the fuck is wrong with that? It's like you don't hear about the hybrid car no more. I mean, I think they're gay. I hate them. I think they're for fags, but it's still a good idea. I mean, it worked. Look at the fucking Prius. Look at them Priuses running around. Now, all of a sudden, you don't hear nothing about these. You don't hear nothing about these cars. It's like the government's like, and it's because of money. These motherfuckers mining for this lithium are in the pockets of politicians. That's why all this is going the way it's going. And Elon Musk is a very wealthy fucking stockholder. And our politicians, they just salivate after this fucking guy. They hang on his every word. This guy is crazy. This guy's a fucking insane fucking dick licker, and he needs locked the fuck up because he's fucking mentally fucking insane. He's like the guy that has Nestle. He thinks that we should all pay for water. We shouldn't be allowed to go out and get water out of streams unless, he charges us for it. This guy wants to own fucking rain clouds. He's fucking insane. It's just like Elon Musk is the same way. They hang on his every fucking word because he found a way to cheat the stock market and get rich. And he is. He's very wealthy. And he started this fucking bullshit. It was a hell of an idea. I'm sure it wasn't just his idea. It was probably a group of other douchebags, rich assholes, that fucking thought of this shit. Like, and fucking douchebags like fucking Al Gore and Bill Gates. Those two assholes. Yeah, those two motherfuckers right there. They need to put them on an island and just leave them there. Because I'm sure they've been to, what's-his-name's island, fucked them 12-year-old girls, too, with Bill Clinton and all them motherfucking politicians. I'm sure. But whatever. Now I went off into a political fucking rant. That's not good. That's not good, damn it. I don't want to throw my political views on anybody. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like either fucking party. So all of you can argue about that bullshit amongst yourselves, because the Republican and Democratic Party have sat on their hands and done absolutely nothing for any of us. And I don't trust any of them bastards. They've all enriched themselves by handouts, lobbyists. These people were only supposed to make $100 and some thousand a year, $150,000 a year. The president makes $400,000 a year. Look at that guy. He's fucking rich because he's been a politician all his life. And now he's fucking a batshit crazy motherfucker. Very dangerous person, too. Very dangerous. We need to get him out of there. I don't know who the fuck we're going to put in there for him. I guess anybody at this point would be better than him. But anyhow, 2 more years of this fucking horse shit, and maybe we can vote the son of a bitch out of there. I don't know. Probably have a bunch of people that are lazy, sitting around on their asses at home, loving that kind of life. We'll vote him back in again, because they have nothing else better to do but run out there and vote for people and go, oh, we'll vote him back in here. He's paying me to stay home. So, well, everybody go out and buy some lottery tickets if you want to stay home. All right, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.